Saturday in the studio, come on in. Lisa and Dave, let the fun begin. Grab your stamps, your paper, your glue. We've got crafty inspiration just for you. Colors and layers, memories to keep. Laughing and creating joy runs deep. Cards and pages made with heart. Let's make some magic, let's make some.
Good morning. Welcome to Saturday in the Studio. My name is Lisa Schmidt, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and we are at the Refuge. Is that the backside? Yep. Well, it's a black bug, so that's what I use here. The Refuge Little Falls. There we go. And with some of our friends, new friends, and I hate to say old, but past friends. Just with some of our friends. Anyway, super excited to be here, even though it is so hot outside. Actually, that's the perfect time to craft because I don't want to be outside, so I can be crafting inside. All right, I have something to show you with using the Begonia Belle. So we can go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you what I was going to do because I brought up the whole foil system except for one small cord. So bring it on. Oh, you are down already. Okay. So except for the one small cord. So on Monday then, I will be using these, the hot foil dies. If you've seen this, the gold with these leaves are just stunning. That, and then I'm going to do some things with gold garden silhouette. So got to come back Monday if you want to see anything with the hot foil, because today we are -1 cord. So fortunately though, I did throw in another stamp set because I was like, oh, well, if I have time, I'll make some things with Begonia Belle. So I guess we'll make some things with Begonia Belle. So this is one of the stamp sets. Every month, there's a product of the month. And when we have the product of the month, when you purchase $75 or more, you can get the product of the month for just $5. Sometimes it's a stamp set. Sometimes it has been paper. Sometimes it's been a die. And then past months, as long as they're still available, you can still get them. So I did notice like the vellum, the floral vellum was still available. That really pretty die, unfortunately, is not. So if you want something, get it right away. But then sometimes things are still left over, which is great, or available, I guess. They're not left over, but they're available until they're gone. So I was very thankful that I was like, oh, glad I have something else to use. So we're going to stamp Begonia Belle, and we're going to stamp it on. Let me grab my craft. We are going to use crumb cake as our base. Okay, and that's just our standard half sheet of paper. So it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Maybe a little touch of grease there from my banana bread this morning, but you know what? That's what you get when you're at the Refuge. So that's when I get to eat it. So, all right. And then I have two different sizes. Yep, this is the size I want. So we're going to stamp. I'm going to stamp here, and we're going to cut out under it to make a little bit of an kind of like an edge. And I'm actually going to stamp a little bit off. So I'm going to do my little, I haven't done this before, but I want to stamp on the pad because it's a photopolymer stamp, but I also don't, when I go over the edge, I don't really want it on the pad. So let's start with, I don't know why I put, I keep 2 blocks here, and so I put the big image on these little blocks and the little ones on the big blocks. Go figure. Let's switch those up. So I'm going to start by stamping the leaves, and this is a 2-step stamp, which means one side is detail and one side is, this one I can tell is a little bit smoother. So this is going to be my background. And I'm going to stamp my background in, believe it or not, basic beige. It came out looking kind of green. I was like, let's try that. So basic beige, get this situated so you can see it. And so I'm going to start, which one? Just double check there. Yeah, maybe it doesn't even matter. I don't know. I'm going to use this one for the background. So I think it covers more. And I'm going to put a little one. So in this one, always the lighter is the background, and the darker one is going to be in front because that has less, sorry, I'm thinking, I want to make sure to leave space for my flower. So I'm going to just make sure I'm good there. So it has less detail on, more detail on the front, less detail on the back. but it's still a good amount of detail there, right?
Morning, Mary Jo.
All right. So there are those leaves, and that was this one. It kind of looks green, doesn't it? I was sort of surprised. I'm like, basic beige. Looks a little bit green to me.
And welcome to our folks up in the Refuge Craft Room.
Woohoo! I am going to stamp one more of these just on a little scrap just to kind of test our, do I want straight on full strength old olive? I think so. That looks great. I didn't know if I wanted to stamp it off, but I do not. I'm good with the full strength. So kind of moving this around to get this where I want it to be. And just put it right on top of there. The great thing is that it doesn't have to line up perfectly. What do you have going on over there? I feel like you're dropping things.
I dropped my mic.
Oh, okay.
Mic drop.
We would hate that. We would not want that because we want to hear from you. All right. And then we're going to stamp our begonia on a separate sheet of paper and cut it out. There are not dies for these, but it's not that big a deal to stamp it and cut it out. So put the begonia back on the big block. But you know what? Where's the other begonia now? With our clear stamps, that's just the way it is. Well, let's look at these while I'm looking for the begonia. See if we can do two things at one time. So we also have the sending lots of happiness your way. That's really fun. Best wishes. You are my sunshine. Thank you for everything you do. And then we've got this little bud, which we'll put a little bit of bud on too, and another little leaf. So still didn't find that. Okay, it's here, Dave. Where would I?
What are we looking for?
Well, I had my begonia. My guess is it's stuck on the bottom of something because, see, when you take off a stamp, you got to put it back somewhere. It just took it off of this block, and I set it right here.
What are we looking for?
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
There we go.
Clear. Yep. Okay. There we go. I'm going to put it on the other side. I'm like, come on now. All right. So I'm looking to see. This one is pretty smooth. This one has a lot more detail. So I can easily see that this one is going to be my background because it's going to be lighter. So let's stamp that. Yeah, there's not a lot of detail on, I mean, there's a lot of detail, but there's not a lot of, it's a good background. I'm looking to see, so this side has those two little things to see how is this going to set right on top of it. Turn, turn, turn. Oh, I can see right here, I've got, I always look for something that's distinctive in the stamp. And I think it is this little line right there. So I know that this little indentation is going to line up with that. Awesome. I don't know why I stamped it green. That's not what I wanted at all. That's lovely. It's green, but that's not what we want. Oh, well. I'm going to close that up so I don't go in that again. Let me just clean that off quick. We actually wanted to use Petal Pink, which is a much lighter color. That's going to be my, I was just so excited about the green, I guess. Petal Pink. Fortunately, it's not a problem to switch, right? So there's our Petal Pink background. Ooh, ah. Now I'm going to do it one more time. Do a second stamp. So this is my background. I'm going to have it be much lighter. There we go. Much, much lighter. And then this will be my full strength. And looking for that divot. There it is. There we go. Ooh, very, very pretty. And like I said, I'm just going to trim this out. It's kind of fun because this has...
Can you move over just a little bit?
You don't want to see just my hand? This has lots of beautiful detail so that even if it's not perfectly lined up, it doesn't matter. Most times stamps are like that. We are harder on ourselves than other people would ever be looking at it.
Take a look at your narrow camera. Thank you.
All right, there we go. All right, so we'll just trim this out. So this begonia, there are so many beautiful things I've seen with it already. Came out obviously the beginning of July, so we've got a couple weeks under our belt of people making cards with it. And just the way I find cards is I just go to Google and I type in Begonia Belle Stampin' Up, and you know what? And then I put images and I come up with lots of different images. Because honestly, I like to modify. I don't really like to create from scratch with nothing in front of me. So
Mary Jo suggests for those clear stamps to stamp them with a nice bright color. Then wash them because then it has the color on there and it's easier to find.
Oh, Mary Jo, I do remember you said that. That's right. And I also remembered I was going to do, that's okay. We'll go with this. Okay. I'm going to stamp one more stamp on here. We're going to use that little leaf and the little blossom. That's really cute. It's two little blossoms. Okay. So let me grab a smaller stamp. And my leaf was in, that's right. This is my background. There we go. All right, so I'm stamping with the basic beige. Sorry, I need to turn this over. I'm left-handed. I want it on this side, so I need to move that. Okay, so that's going to sit kind of right. Your little leaf is going to sit down here. We'll just add some of these little, oh, I see, sorry. I wasn't planning on using it today, so that's okay.
It's all good.
Yep, and actually I'm just going to do it straight in the green. There we go. And then use my little buds. And I want them in this. I see there's two buds there. I missed that piece. Wonder if that's going to cover it up. It is. That's okay. So you know what we do? We just add some more. More is more. Let's go over a little bit further. That's why I thought I was going to go off, which I am. A little bit more of the buds. Oh, there it is right there. Okay, that's going to go here. We're going to do one more down here. You can see that directly in the green. Olive, old olive. Turn that a little bit more so that those buds are there. Hey, bud. And
Morning, Heidi.
these are going to go right there. Just have a little bit on the bottom part. Okay. Actually, I'm going to add one more right there. I think I'm good. That's good. Okay. I'll stop. Sometimes it's hard to know when to stop because it's so exciting. I'm going to trim here, just leaving a little bit of border. Okay, so it doesn't go over there.
Hi, Tanya.
And we will use this to put on our card. And it's going to make a really pretty edge. Just like that. I'm actually going to cut this part a little bit up. Like that. And out. There we go. All right, so on our card, the other thing we're going to do is cut a tiny little border of this. And just going to cut in here. Just want this little piece. Oopsie. I wanted a little piece of extra. Let's take a look before I cut that, actually. I was thinking just a little bit of that underneath would give it a little bit more color. And I think
if you just put the block of it at the bottom part of the card?
Or I could just put the block of it at the bottom part of the card. Brilliant. Okay. You can always count on Dave. He's got always good ideas. Okay, so let's trim. We're going to trim that. This is, and I see that little smudge. We're going to put a gem there. So this is 3 3/4. So we'll make this at 3 3/4. There we go. And that's all we need because then we'll know how, that's all we need. Okay. Very pretty. Very pretty, very pretty. Okay, here we go. Just make sure that that's even. Yes, it is. All right, so I'm going to put, oh, that's, yeah. All right, good to go. I am going to put this at a border's edge, so I have equal border on all sides.
Morning, Carol.
And Dave came down
Sandy.
here. He turned on the fan, and I was like, whew, now it's quite warm down here. All right. I asked Dave, how come most basements are cold and this one's not? He's like, because we don't have central air. We have air conditioning, but not central. So.
And in our broadcast studio here at the Refuge, it is not cooled.
Okay. Isn't that pretty just to have that little edge cut out? And I haven't even put on the flower yet.
Yep,
there we go.
I like it.
I like it too. Thanks for that extra idea. That was a good idea down there. And so I'm looking at the edges. You notice my pink is just about, there we go.
And which of our pink colors?
Petal pink. Thank you. I know when I just said pink, I thought that. Petal pink. And I'm going to move and grab some of these. Because of course we're going to pop up this beautiful flower. And just like that is enough.
Using the dimensional strips, which are so easy because you can just
And
bend them
I
around.
actually cut them. Do you see that? Sometimes
did.
I don't keep them whole. I don't need the whole thing, but I do like the strip because then I just can put on one
Zip,
instead
zip.
of, yep. Oh, look, and it even covers my little smudge. Perfect. Where are we at here? All right, I like it. Got some flowers coming out. So pretty. So pretty. Now, so this color is actually our Barely Blush. It's one of our new shimmer pens, but before I commit to my actual flower, I'm going to see what happens when we color here. Oh, it's pretty light. I didn't want to make it all the same color. Okay, just checking. So I'm going to put on the light part, I'm going to add, now this is not the same color, right? Because this one is Petal Pink. And this one is Barely Blush. So, but in the shimmer pen, it actually works pretty well. These shimmer pens are super cool because then you just squeeze here and you get your little shimmer, which is so fun. Yeah, just a little bit of shimmer. I like shimmer on the edge too. There we go. You probably cannot see much of the shimmer, but it is beautiful. You can get it in the light. Not really. That's okay. All righty. Bless you.
Thank you.
Now I am going to, the last thing we're going to do is stamp a word. Oops. I am going to stamp a word, and I think I'm just going to go in my basic black. Okay, Memento Black, before I do that, can you see how this looks so watercolory? It's so pretty. Those leaves have a lot of detail, and it really does look quite watercolory. I did cut out previously one more leaf just in case, but I don't think I need one more leaf. I think I'm good. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp our words, and on this one, I am going to use the long words which say, I have to grab the paper. Thank you for everything you do. I like that. I also like you are my sunshine. And then I didn't point out, but there's this nice little background. That's kind of fun sometimes to put just as a little background. So let's grab this.
I really like Begonia Belle because it can be nice and soft and sort of sophisticated in the colors we're using today, or the begonias can go in those nice bright electric colors and really pop as well.
I don't know if you noticed, I was trying to put this on here, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to set it down, because when you set it down, it naturally, the stamp goes straight, and it's very easy with a thin stamp to move it, and so the photopolymer, it will bend, which is great, because sometimes if I wanted it curved, I could make it curved, but on here, I just want it straight. I'm going to go to one, I'm going to go to this side. There we go. Thanks for everything you do. I just moved it. I wonder if I smudged it. I felt myself move. It's okay. I like smudged it up, but it's okay. All right. Thanks for everything you do. Love that. And I'm going to put it right on this. I'm not going to have it go all the way across. I'm just going to give it a little cut there and have it go here. I'm going to put a gem right there in the corner. And I'm not actually going to pop this up because the flower is popped up and that is our focal point. So I'm going to leave that as our main. I'm really excited I got this. I was waiting to place an order so I could get it. Okay, then of course we're going to add some gems. Why would we not add gems, right? We need a little more bling. And so we are going to use, these are the pearlized faceted circles, and they are the perfect color. Look at that. Perfect color for this. You can use take your pick. And if I do it this way, Dave, I think I'd better. There we go. All right. I'm going to grab this little one to put down here. And then, you traditionally make triangles. So I'm going to grab a bigger one over here and maybe one smaller one. I think I'm going to go on the same, go with a little bit lighter color right here. These are so pretty. So very pretty, except it has the, it has the glue on it. That's funny. I'm going to get rid of that one. Boom. It has my little glue from my green on it. I think that's heat and humidity right now. There we go. All right. Isn't that pretty though? And then we could always put one inside, and we could even stamp a little flower on it, which let's go ahead and do that. Just stamp. Maybe just the bud, I
I
think
was
would
going
look
to say
cute.
the bud would look nice
The
there.
bud would look very nice. There it is. Okay, and we'll put the bud just on here. We'll put the leaf on one end. We'll put the bud on the other end. I like that. That's a great idea. And I'm going to stamp it in that old olive. Move all this out of the way. That's going to sit like that. So we'll stamp our little bud just down here like that. So I don't want it like hanging off, like, where is it? Like, I don't want it floating in the air is what I'm actually trying to say. I don't want it floating. Okay, I got to tell you, last night I got 8.5 hours of sleep. I went to bed so early and I slept a good amount of time. Yes, very sweet. Just a little something on the bottom. I think that's very sweet. All right, Begonia Belle, the belle of the South, I guess. Do they grow begonias in the South?
No.
No.
I mean,
Belle
yes,
of the
but
West?
no.
What?
Southern flower is the magnolia.
Oh, yeah. I think of the Georgia. I think of Belle. I think of Georgia, cotillions. That's where I was going. Okay. Wouldn't you be excited to get that? I think that's so pretty. So pretty. I'm going to come back to my little leaf. Do we want one more leaf popped up? What do you think, hon? I have to check with my designer. What?
I could go either way.
Either way. Then we'll leave it up. We'll leave it off.
So as you know, for everything you could ever possibly need in the way of stamping, go to thestamperstudio.com. Once you're there, you'll be taken in. You can go ahead and click on order products and be able to order Begonia Belle. We also have started featuring our online exclusives. Our online exclusives come out every other month. They come out in odd numbered months. And so we have a feature with the July online exclusives. You won't find them in the catalog. You'll only find them online. And if you come on in here, you can go ahead and click shop for the online exclusives and see all the ones that are currently available. Online exclusives also, they're available until they're not. And so you really, if there's something you really want, I would advise going in and ordering those right away, so you don't miss out on those. But as I said, you can also go in and find all of the products, like the monthly product of the month. There we go. Which we are featuring today, Begonia Belle. The other thing about online is you also get all these great samples that you can go in and see all different ways that you can use this. In addition to searching,
go back to that one. So that's what Dave was talking about, how bright that is.
Yeah, you can do some great bright
colors. That's a lot of fussy cutting too.
But all of those are available here when you go online. And as I said, go to thestamperstudio.com. You can click on in and order that. We also have event information on our in-person events like Card Cafe that happen in our Minnetonka studio, as well as hosted retreats here at the Refuge. So everything you ever need, go to thestamperstudio.com.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining me today. I think that that was not bad for a little punt there, but I'm excited for what I have on Monday to share with you also. I think this is just gorgeous. Did you notice I did stick on that little leaf? Just had to. But I stuck it right on top of another one, so it didn't take up any more real estate, but it is really pretty. Love it, love it. All right, friends, thanks for joining us today. Stay cool if you're in Minnesota. I guess anywhere in the country, it's been really warm, so stay cool. I will see you on Monday with some more foiling. So have a great weekend. Happy stamping.
Saturday in the studio, come on in. Lisa and Dave, let the fun begin. Grab your stamps, your paper, your glue. We've got crafty inspiration just for you. Colors and layers, memories to keep. Laughing and creating joy runs deep. Cards and pages made with heart. Let's make some magic, let's make some